A wrestling fan recently claimed on social media that Rhea Ripley is better than Saraya, FKA Page. The English star responded with a one-word message. The Eradicator has been out of action since sustaining an injury at the hands of Liv Morgan on Monday Night Raw earlier this year. She was forced to relinquish the Women's World Championship she had successfully defended against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania XL, a title that Morgan currently holds. On the other hand, Saraya competed in tag team action alongside Harley Cameron and Anna Jay on the June 26, 2024, episode of AEW Dynamite in an unsuccessful effort against Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa, and reigning AEW Women's World Champion, Toni Storm. The Anti-Diva recently posted a reel on her Instagram profile, walking through backstage with her original AEW-themed song Zombified playing in the background. A fan commented under the reel, disrespectfully asserting Rhea Ripley's superiority over the former WWE superstar. The former AEW Women's World Champion issued a one-word response in return. AEW made a major announcement regarding Saraya. Tony Khan announced some time ago that the winners of the 2024 Men's and Women's Owen Hart Cup would receive the opportunity to challenge for the AEW World Championship and the AEW Women's World Championship, respectively, at All in 2024. The brackets for the tournament were revealed, with the former Page scheduled to face Mariah May in a quarterfinal bout. All Elite Wrestling recently announced that the former WWE Divas Champions match against the Glamour will take place during the 0-hour pre-show of Forbidden Door 2024. Taking to X/Twitter, AEW President Tony Khan wrote, "This Sunday, at UBS Arena June 30th, Forbidden Door 0-hour Owen Hart Foundation Tournament at Mariah Makes vs. at Saraya. These two rivals will go one-on-one chasing a at Wembley Stadium world title shot when former champion Saraya fights Mariah May in the at Owen_Foundation quarterfinal this Sunday." In their previous singles encounter earlier this month on Dynamite, the former WWE star defeated May. It remains to be seen whether the former Norfolk Doll will prevail in their rematch in the UBS Arena. Saraya, once known to the wrestling world as Paige, sat in the dimly lit backstage area of the AEW Arena. She was moments away from stepping into the ring for her highly anticipated match. The buzz of excitement, mixed with the nervous energy that came before a big event, filled the air. As she scrolled through her social media feed to distract herself, a particular tweet caught her eye. A fan had boldly declared, "Rhea Ripley is better than Saraya ever was." The comment was gaining traction, with numerous likes and retweets. Saraya paused, her finger hovering over the screen as she considered how to respond. Her thoughts drifted to the days when she was Paige, the anti-diva who broke barriers and redefined women's wrestling. She had been a trailblazer, fighting against stereotypes and pushing for a revolution in a sport dominated by men. Saraya had faced numerous challenges, both inside and outside the ring, and had emerged stronger each time. Now, here she was, in AEW, carving a new path for herself. She had immense respect for Rhea Ripley, acknowledging her incredible talent and undeniable presence in WWE. But the comparison, the constant pitting of wrestlers against each other, irked her. Wrestling was about more than just individual accolades. It was about the collective journey, the shared struggle, and the victories that transcended personal glory. Saraya took a deep breath and typed a single word in response: respect. She hit send and set her phone down, feeling a sense of calm wash over her. It wasn't about proving who was better or worse, it was about recognizing and respecting each other's journeys. Rhea Ripley had her own story, her own battles to fight, and Saraya honored that. As she walked towards the curtain, ready to make her entrance, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. The crowd erupted into cheers as her music hit, and Saraya stepped into the spotlight, ready to show the world why she was still a force to be reckoned with. Her opponent for the night was a fierce competitor, known for her technical prowess and high-flying moves. The match was intense, a back-and-forth battle that had the audience on the edge of their seats. Saraya's experience and resilience shone through as she countered her opponent's attacks with precision and skill. The climax of the match saw Saraya locking in her signature submission move, the PTO, Page Tap Out. The crowd roared as her opponent struggled but ultimately tapped out, giving Saraya the victory. She stood in the ring, breathing heavily, feeling the rush of adrenaline and the satisfaction of a hard-fought win. After the match, Saraya made her way backstage, where she was greeted with applause and congratulations from her peers. Her phone buzzed with notifications as fans and fellow wrestlers reacted to her one-word response and her performance in the ring. Saraya smiled as she saw the flood of positive messages. Her simple yet powerful reply had resonated with many, sparking conversations about respect and unity in the wrestling community. She knew that this was just one moment in a long and storied career, but it was a moment that mattered. As she sat down to catch her breath, Saraya reflected on her journey. From her beginnings in Norwich, England, to the heights of WWE and now AEW, she had faced countless challenges and had always risen above them. Her story was one of resilience, passion, and unwavering determination. Rhea Ripley, too, had her own journey to navigate. Saraya respected her for her talent, her strength, and her contributions to women's wrestling. They were part of a larger tapestry, a legacy of women who had fought for recognition and equality in a male-dominated sport. In the days that followed, Saraya continued to train and compete, always striving to be the best version of herself. She knew that comparisons would always be a part of the wrestling world, but she chose to focus on what truly mattered: her love for the sport, her connection with the fans, and the respect she had for her fellow wrestlers. One evening, as she was leaving the arena after a particularly grueling match, Saraya received a direct message on social media. It was from Rhea Ripley. The message read, "Thanks for the respect. You've paved the way for many of us. Let's keep making history." Saraya smiled as she read the message. It was a reminder that despite the rivalries and the competitive nature of wrestling, there was a bond that united them all. They were part of a sisterhood, each contributing to the evolution of women's wrestling in their own unique way. With a renewed sense of purpose, Saraya continued her journey, knowing that respect was the foundation upon which great legacies were built. And as long as there were wrestlers like Rhea Ripley and herself, the future of women's wrestling would be bright, bold, and full of possibility.